we may actually use some of the Pimp My Home workbench here.
Welcome.
And see, it says welcome when you activate it, which is cool. What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining us again for another episode of ARK Survival Evolved, playing on our Pugnacia modded server. And today, we're probably doing a little change of scenery. And by that, what I mean is, we're out here. And the reason we're out here is I want to start tinkering around with some of this tech glass stuff. So it's in your Ingrams. On Tech Glass mod, it's a separate mod, but I want to say around 90-ish. Let me see. 90, I might be too far up. Nope. Nope, yeah, I went too far up. But it's called a Tech Glass, and it's got all these cool things, tech-related things, but it's supposed to be able to see through them. That's supposed to be the gimmick behind it. And let me find these things. Where is it at? Thought it was pretty high. 85, not 95, 85. So, all this Tech Glass stuff, this is it right here. And everything's crafted on this Tech Glass workbench. So, I have one put down. We cleared out this area here, and where we're actually at on the map is this northwest corner. So, we're going to build a base up this way and do some things on this island. And one of the reasons why I wanted to come up here is it's way off in the distance away from everybody. There aren't too many dino spawns in this area, so that'll help cut down on any lag. And I can set up an area for dino storage in this area here, and shouldn't have to worry about too bad frame rate drops. Plus it looks really pretty, so the scenery itself looks really nice. But I also got a couple new dinos. This guy here is a newbie. He was a level 7 something when I tamed him. And Tyrannus. If you never played around with this guy, he's pretty cool. I'll talk about him in another video. I've got these guys right here, more utility stuff. They're both pretty high levels when I got them. I'll talk about those in another video. But another thing we can talk about is S Plus has been doing updates. And one of the videos I talked about how I didn't like the remote, and that it was kind of annoying, which was this here, because you couldn't see what all you had, right? Well, in a way, I'm guessing this is supposed to be taking place of the transfer gun, maybe? I don't know. But they put the transfer gun back. So now you can just transfer everything from a particular dino into a structure, or from a structure to a structure. You can't transfer from a structure to a dino. You can transfer this way, though, to a dino. So if you had something somewhere and you want to transfer it, you could transfer everything into a dino this way. However, some of the things that they changed with the actual transfer of items that I was missing from the resource pooler is it's been integrated into the interface. Instead of it being an actual gun, now it's integrated in an interface in this area up here. So this up here is for you, this up here is for whatever you're accessing. So if it's a dino, if it's a bench, if it's, whatever it is, this is for this side, this is for this side. And what you have to do is, on yourself, you don't have to seem to select, you don't have to select anything on yourself. So it automatically goes into your personal inventory. And then you can scroll down to whatever it is that you want. Like, let's do charcoal. Now we can see that the mammoth has charcoal. Let's do I have element in multiple spots? I'm trying to think where I might have obsidian. Nope, just have obsidian in one spot. Metal ingots. There we go. So this way is going to bring up the whole resource aspect that I was missing before, in which you can see everything that has that particular source, and then you can see what you want and what you want to take from it. So that fixes that. On the Dino side, if you want to transfer something in, for some reason you have to actually select something in this inventory spot before you can access this here. See, it says you need to select an item in the target inventory before you can open this window. All you have to do is just click on something. It doesn't matter what it is. Just click on something so that this knows that this is the inventory area that it needs to go to. And I'm guessing this is always default yourself, so that there's no issue with the coding. But this, being that it can be anything, you have to somehow identify it, and by doing that, I'm guessing that's because by clicking on something in that inventory of that particular thing, and now it knows that's where it needs to go. Configure an Anki, for instance. So what you're going to do is then click on what you want. Let's go ahead and pull some metal into the Anki. And you can type in, if you want to do all, you can type in what you want, and then hit pull, and now it pulls it in. And the Anki, of course, smelts metal into ingots, so that's kind of interesting. I've been tinkering around with its crafting skill to see how high I have to get it to get it to where it's going, almost like 1 a second, pretty quickly. Now, one other cool thing. Let's say you want to craft something, and this works for you, and it works for anything that you're in. So if you're in a smithy, or if you're in something that you can craft on, you just click on a crafting spot, and it works the same way. So let's say myself, let's do like a crafting station. So in order to craft one of these, I need 20 hide, 5 metal, 50 stone, 30 wood. Alright, I don't have any of that in my inventory. What I could do is this button right here. So this is the pull resources, and what it does, it pulls enough resources for whatever it is that you have highlighted. So whatever it is I want to pull, if there's something out there that I can pull, it's going to pull it. So right here, we'll hit one time, it's going to pull it for 1. Let's say I wanted to pull enough resources for 10. I would type 10 there. As you can see, I only have 20 hide. I would hit pull. Now all of a sudden, I have 200 hide, 50 metal, 500 stone, 300 wood. So it's going to pull the amount of resources that you need for this numeric. Now let's make it something that's ridiculous. Let's say 10,000. When you hit this number here, it's going to say, it's going to pull what it can, and then that's going to be it. So it won't pull more than what it can. So this should all be enough for whatever it said it was, 26. But that's how that works now. So they got rid of the resource gun, or resource puller. They added this in, and it seems to work out pretty good. Much better than what it was a few days ago when they just had this remote, and it wasn't working right. This wasn't working either right. There was some crashing when you use this here. They fixed that. They've added some other things in S+. There's a ton of things they added in S+ recently. But let's see what they had. This is something new too, a hitching post. Something that you can put down, and it hitches all nearby dinos, and it prevents them from moving even if they're set to wander. So I'm wondering if you put that down in an area and something comes in to attack, and your dinos defend, sometimes they can run off. I wonder if that would keep them from running off. That would be kind of cool if that's the case. So that is about all the changes so far. We have some other dinos we're going to cover soon in upcoming vids. I'm trying to collect a lot of the glacial dinos. I'm trying to collect most of the configurants all together. Then we do a video about each one of those. But today I want to start building with this stuff here. So I've already made some of these. We've already made some of the walls. I have a door. Let's go ahead and build. Let's see. Let's build one of these. That's a ceiling. Let's build one of those. And let's build one of these. I just want to see what these look like. Yeah, we could build one of these too. And this will allow us to... Oh, it builds 2 ramps instead of 1. So when you build one of the ramps, it builds your 2. That's kind of interesting. Alright. So let's see what this stuff looks like here. Alright, so this is the Tech Glass foundation. And you can see, that's cool, you can see all the way down on the ground. Hold for options. So if we hit E, one-way glass. Okay, some of that changed. Oh wait, I can't see. Okay, I can't see around the base anymore. Let's see. Two-way glass? There we go, see? That's how it was before. And then I did this, and now that blocks that. One-way glass 2 blocks the top, but you can see the base. Okay. Two-way glasses. Okay, and then block both glass sides, makes it dark. Interesting. Alright, so two-way glass. Let's do a wall. Okay, we can see out. One-way glass. Alright, so now you can't see in, but you can see out. Okay. One-way glass 2, so now we could see in, but we can't see out. Of course, block both would make it just a dark. And then two-way glass, you can see both ways. Alright, that's cool. Let's do a door. Oh look, you can see through the sides here. I only made one doorway, and I've got 4 of them. Okay. Let's see how this looks here. Oh. Okay, so we have auto opening settings, stay open settings, auto close settings. Auto opening. Don't auto open. Okay, so we can open for nearby authorized players only. Alright, let's go back to stay open settings. Don't stay open. Or you can stay open for nearby. Okay. And then auto close settings. Where it automatically closes after 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 10, 30, 60, or never. Or half a second. Okay. Interesting. And then what about door frame? That's the glass door. Give me the door frame. There we go. So one way we can see out, but we can't see in. It's gonna be the same thing. It looks like, you know, that way two-way glass and block. Okay. So now we need to look at. This is a ceiling. These are ramps. Hatchway. And it looks like you make one hatch and it gives you 4. So. Okay, so the hatch you can see out. That looks like a regular tech hatch in that aspect. Let's look at the ramp. Ooh, that looks cool. Let's see. Let's do like that to where we can see better. Okay, you can see through the little middle of the steps here. Alright. One-way, two-way options again. Okay. Oh. That's kind of funky. There we go. And this is the ceiling. So, you can see out around it. One way. Apparently you can't see in now. Oh, we got a ramp. Duh. Yeah, we can't see in now, but we can see out. One way the other way. Can't see out, but we can probably see in. And then two-way. Okay, so the center stays dark the whole time. Okay, gotcha. Alright, so this is kind of cool. So we're going to go ahead and... I don't think I have a demo gun. Demo gun would be nice. Let me grab a piece of thatch. Now, just one. Demo. I've got one back at the base, but this is so much easier than having to. Did we pick up both? No, I don't think we picked up both on accident. Let's get the ramp. There we go. I think we lost a hatch. Yeah, we lost the hatch. Oh well. So I'm going to start building the base out here and getting some technology stuffuses in this area and start working on that. So this is going to be the tech base. This is going to be where we're going to make our main base now. The other area, I don't know if I'm going to give it up or if I'm going to keep it for dino storage and just maybe start a farm out there. But I kind of want to start the farm close to the tech base. So that may just be surplus dino storage, being that we have so many dinos. And that'll help keep a lot of the lag or unnecessary frame drops down a little bit in this area. Because in that area over there, my frames were dropping as low as 30 frames. Stuttering sometimes down into teens, but then it just pops right back up to the 30, 40s. And it stays consistently 40, 50 frames in that area with all those dinos. Out here, I've been 70, 80, 60. You know, as I build machines and all, that'll get hampered a little bit, but I've got machines and dinos over there, and that's causing some of that frame droppage. So, but I'm gonna start building once I get some type of base built, or at least a rough base built. I'll come back and show you some of my progress. So I'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, so we're back. We've been doing a ton of building on the new tech base, and I brought you out here at night so that I can show you the way it looks, because I think there's some really cool things that we did here. Let's see, mount up. Here we go. So this is the way it looks now. This down here in the middle is a teleporter to come to the base. We have the ARK transmitter, which is making that awesome looking beam shoot up in the sky. And then as you can see, we have some lights around the teleporter that are blinking from white to blue. Kind of gives it that landing pad effect, which is what I was going for. Flying around the sides, we've got floodlights on the sides that help light up around the base. The windows themselves are blacked out and decent little pattern. This stuff down here, we went with a lot of the regular tech floors and tech triangle floors. This pattern here, that's some regular tech flooring, and then that is the glass platforms that we have opaqued out, and we put railing around it, as you can see. Around here, the backside, take a look, we have the dock area, and that's lit up as well, and that also is some glass ceilings with just made them opaque, but we didn't make them as dark, so they're not as dark. Oh, got this around it, there we go, not as dark. And then we did some of these other cool things here. So tech glass foundations here, some other tech ceiling or foundations there, tech ramps. Again, the pattern again on the back side. And then for power, we actually went a little bit different route this time. So let me go ahead and land. I'm going to land down here on the platform. And let me toss that guy off my shoulder because he's heavy. But you'll notice out here, there's something called a wireless cyst. And that's getting power from what's on top of our roof. And to show you that, we also made these little teleport elevators right here, so they kind of teleport you from one area to the next. But this is the way everything's being powered right now. So the bulk ARK reactor, and this here you can run it off of gasoline, which is what we're doing, or you can run off of oil or crystal, whichever. And that's sending power to that little crystal way out there, and then that is powering all the lights around it. And then it's also sending power out to that crystal at the far end of the dock, and that powers that area over there too. So inside of the base itself, if we come back down, so E is to go up, Q is to go down between these teleport pads or elevator pads, however you want to look at them. Inside the base as well, we have one in this side over here for power, and one over there, and then we're going to start doing some machinery and stuff in here. So we have our tech replicator, our tech bench. This is the tech workstation, glass workbench right here. And then we had some of the tech decor over this way, so we can start putting down some more tech stuff. This we put down. We did pull the floodlights that are on the side over here. That's actually part of the Pimp My workstation. And also, what we did, if you go up to this one, oh, let me show you from this way. So it looks like that's open up there, and what that is my own little bedroom above the workshop. So if we go up, we have some of these beds, and this is part of the tech decor here. But this is part of the pimp my home kind of workbench over there. This little lamp, and it provides a nice little ambiance, little cool little lighting effect there. And it looks like you can pass through, but it's just glass. It's glass walls basically that have had the molding removed. As you can see, it's just the corner there on that one, just the side on that one. So I went through the models and the transparency, and we made it to where it's crystal clear, but it's only the rim or the outside edge it's actually showing. So it's kind of like windowed in, and we can look out over their workshop. So when that's on, it looks really cool. Let's go ahead and turn it on real quick. Fire that up. So now the workshop looks alive. We'll come up another level, and that's what you see from this view over here. So it's really cool looking. It looks really nice. You can also look out over here. So like these are just one-way glass right now. So some of these are actually darkened out on the outside, but because it's one-way glass, we can still see out of it. So we have a good panoramic view all the way around. I went ahead and went with solid walls here because it just looked kind of funny looking through a glass wall, through the glass wall, through another. I did that on purpose to add a little bit of dimension to it. Same thing up there. We could have left that glass and kind of looked through the outside, but this kind of gives it more of that boxy room kind of feel. And then we left the glass like this. I don't think anybody can see through this one from the outside. Same thing here. So this whole bottom level is kind of blacked out, so nobody can actually see up here. And then they have it to where nobody can see on this side as well. So the only way you can see up here is through this window here, and that's the way I wanted it. So it kind of gives a little privacy aspect to it. Pugnacia bench over here. Crafting station. We went ahead and did some of the S+ vaults. Started labeling some of them another S+ vault. A crafting station and the smithy. We went back to the base and we grabbed some other things too that we're going to put down. So as far as electronics go, we may actually use some of the Pimp My Home workbench here.
Welcome.
And see, it says welcome when you activate it, which is cool. But we may go with some of these things like this right here. That's a smoker. There's a refrigerator. And it's all very techy and modernized. There's a refrigerator in here somewhere. Let's see. No. There we go. Fridge. So that's the fridge. There should be a stove. We might use some of these also. Armchairs. Stuff like that looks kind of modern yet techy at the same time. Here we go right here. Electric grill. I thought about, there's a fireplace. Fireplace right here. Thought about maybe putting that up in the bedroom. We'll see how it looks. I don't know.
Goodbye.
But that's all stuff to it says goodbye. That's cool. That's all stuff we can play with in the future. The future setup of the base. You can turn that off. It does use elements power, so don't want to waste element. But yeah, I like the way it came out, guys. I really like the way it came out. This is really cool right here, having this little transmitter. And if you don't know what this does, we can access the inventory. It works just like the obelisk does. So technically you could do tributes. It looks like you could do that here. You can upload creatures, upload ARK data, stuff like that. But we did it more for the aesthetics. So I don't plan on really using that or uploading any of my dinos or anything here, because when we play on a different server, we typically use the dinos and start over every time. So it's really no point in uploading my dinos or people, survivors, into the actual ARK data. But I like the way it came out, guys. I like the way it came out at all. I was going for more of a non-boxy feel. It is kind of squared off, but by adding the platforms on the side, I think I succeeded in eliminating that boxiness that typically you get when you're building a house in ARK. Even this out here, this took a while to make with a lot of the triangular platforms and whatnot, just to get that little geometrical curve and different lines instead of it being boxy, but it was worth it in the end, I feel. And then still we have plenty of room to expand. And one of the things I love about this area up here is there's not a ton of dino spawns. So there's a bunch of little RGs over here in the nest, which is cool. I'm not going to mess with that. I like those over there. It looks very nice. Then if you go down here, there's that cave, which leads to a bunch of dinos down there. But as far as up here at the top, there's really not a ton of wild dino spawns. So what we could probably do is I thought about keeping that other base for dino storage, but S Plus has a new hitch post, which I think I covered briefly. But basically what it will do is, let me go into the Ingrams because I haven't made one yet. Here we go, right here. S Plus hitching post. You can hitch your dinos to it, and then they won't move away from it. So even if they're set to wander, they won't move away from the hitching post. But what that'll do is, it's been tested, even if they're hitched to the post, if something were to attack them, they will attack back. So it's not like they're defenseless. So that allows us to possibly, in areas where we have, see, there's a little bit of dino spawns in this area, but it's not much at all. You see, this is going back to the main area over here. But around the actual lake, we could probably use some of this for dino storage and then just hitch them to the post. That way we don't have to worry about them running off the edge or anything. And if they get attacked, they'll be able to defend themselves. But we don't have to build a pen, which is nice. So that's possibly a thing. And then we have room for expansions up here too for other things. Because we want to build a greenhouse. We want to do some farming. And there's probably some other things too that we're going to get into. But for now, this is the base. This is a new base. And I like it. So hopefully you enjoyed it, guys. If you did, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Feel free to share the video as you see fit. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.